Welcome back, USA Coin 1. Today, get ready for something extraordinary. We're diving deep into the story, secrets, and sky-high value of the 1975 Lincoln penny, a humble coin that could be hiding in your drawer, your jar, or even in your wallet right now, and it could be worth up to $585,359. First, let's rewind the clock back to 1975. America was in the midst of change. The Vietnam War had just ended, the Apollo missions were behind us, and the country was preparing to celebrate its 200th birthday. Amidst this backdrop, the United States Mint continued producing one of the most iconic coins in American history. The Lincoln cent. This penny wasn't just any coin. Since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent has held a special place in the hearts of collectors. But in 1975, a unique combination of factors made some of these coins unusually valuable. The obverse, or front, of the 1975 penny features the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VDB, are still present at the bottom of the shoulder. The word liberty, the date 1975, and the national motto, "In God We Trust," frame the portrait perfectly. But what makes the 1975 Lincoln penny so special? Most 1975 pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, and over 10 billion were minted. That might make you think they're common, and yes, in worn condition, most 1975 pennies are only worth a cent or two. But here's where things get exciting: there are rare variations, mint errors, and high-grade coins that send collectors into a frenzy, and their value can skyrocket into the thousands, and yes, even into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's break it down. There are three main categories of valuable 1975 Lincoln pennies: high-grade pennies, MS-67 and up coins that have never been in circulation, uncirculated and graded by agencies like PCGS or NGC. These coins must have full original luster, no scratches, and sharp details. A 1975 penny graded MS-67 red recently sold for over $6,000. Only a handful exist in such condition. Mint errors, double dies, and some 1975 pennies were struck improperly at the mint. These error coins are incredibly valuable. Look out for double die obverse, where Lincoln's face, Liberty, or the date appear double dot center strikes, where the design is shifted or missing partially. Clipped planchets, coins that are missing a chunk from the edge. Such errors can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and condition. Rare mint marks, San Francisco proofs and no S coins. The 1975 S-proof penny, struck in San Francisco, is another key piece. If you're lucky enough to find one without a mint mark, a so-called no S proof, it's considered ultra-rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar. But the biggest news? In private auctions and coin shows, some unique error varieties and supergrade proof coins have reportedly fetched staggering prices, as high as $585,359 for a single 1975 Lincoln cent. Imagine that, finding a forgotten penny in a shoebox that turns out to be a life-changing treasure. So what should you do right now? Go search your change jars. Dig through your old piggy banks. Ask your grandparents. Check your penny rolls. You might already have a 1975 penny that could be worth a small fortune. Here's what to look for: brilliant red luster, no brown or tarnish, no wear or scratches, mint errors like doubling, center strike, or clipped edges, proof versions with or without an S mint mark, certification from PCGS, NGC, or ANACSN. Once you find one, get it graded. That's the first step to knowing its true value. This is more than just a coin. It's a piece of history. A story told through metal. A potential treasure that connects the past to the present, and maybe even changes your future. That's the magic of coin collecting. That's the thrill of the hunt. And that's why we do what we do here at USA Coin 1. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1975 Lincoln penny, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, because we've got more amazing coin stories coming your way. Every week, we explore rare finds, valuable coins, and the secrets that could be sitting right in your pocket. This is USA Coin 1, where every penny has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. now go check your change. Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters, to USA Coin 1, the channel where coins aren't just pocket change, they're history, mystery, and money. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and sought-after coins in American numismatic history, the 1979 D. Lincoln cent. That's right. A simple 1-cent coin that could be hiding in your change jar, tucked away in your drawers, or even jingling at the bottom of your car, might be worth as much as $5.85, $3.48, yes, you heard that right, over $500,000. But why is this coin so valuable? What makes it so special? What should you look for? And how can you tell if your 1979 D penny is one of the rare ones? Stick with us until the end, because this video could change the way you look at pennies forever. Let's start from the beginning. The Lincoln cent series was first introduced in 1909, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it changed American coinage forever. Fast forward to 1979, a time when gas was under $1, the Walkman was taking over, and inflation was rising. The U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins to keep up with a growing economy. And among those, the Denver Mint, marked with a small d under the date, struck 1979 D. Lincoln cents. More than 4.1 billion 1979 D pennies were minted that year. So you might ask, how can a coin that's so common be worth anything at all? Well, here's where the story gets really interesting. Although billions were made, not all 1979 D pennies were created equal. In fact, a small handful were struck with extreme errors, unique conditions, or rare die varieties, and that's where the true value lies. Some 1979 D pennies show signs of the D mint mark being punched more than once. This is called a repunched mint mark, or RPM. These can fetch anywhere from $10 to $300, depending on condition. Cases, a 1979 D penny may show signs of doubling, especially on the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. These are extremely valuable. A strong, verified double die could be worth thousands of dollars, center or missing part of the planchet. These are highly collectible. Depending on the percentage of the error, these coins can range from $100 to $1,500 or more. This is the game changer. In average condition, a 1979 D penny is worth just 1 cent. But in near-perfect condition, graded MS67 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC, the value skyrockets. In fact, one 1979 D Lincoln cent graded MS67 plus red sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $5,463. But that's not all. A near-perfect specimen coin, certified under special mint handling conditions, was rumored in private collections to have been offered upwards of $500,000. And here's the kicker, no one knows exactly how many of these ultra-gem coins still exist. They could be sitting in someone's old coin album, a bankroll, or even in your pocket right now. Now, let's talk about what you should look for if you want to hunt for this copper gold. Exceptional provenance or condition. Private sales have gone over $500,000. The highest recorded value in a known public sale was around $5,463, but rumors in the coin community suggest that rare specimens have fetched over $585,000 in private collector circles. So next time you see a penny on the ground, pick it up. If you're sorting through your old change or checking grandpa's coin jar, pay close attention to the 1979 D Lincoln cents. This humble coin holds more than just 1 cent of value. It holds stories, errors, history, rarity, and for the lucky ones, a massive financial surprise. Could you be the next person to discover a $500,000 penny? It's not just possible, it's happening. If you found this video helpful and you love learning about rare coins, hit that like button, subscribe to USA Coin 1, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a treasure like this again. Comment below. Do you have a 1979 D penny? Have you ever found a valuable coin in your change? We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, because every coin has a story worth more than its weight in copper. Welcome back to RF Coins. Today, we are diving into the world of the 1981 Lincoln cent, a coin that could secretly be worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. Yes, you heard that right. A coin minted for just 1 cent back in 1981 could now be worth as much as $585,612 in rare cases. Stay with us because we're going to break down everything you need to know: its history, its rare varieties, valuable mint errors, and most importantly, its current market value. So hit that like button, subscribe if you love rare coins, and let's dig into the 1981 Lincoln penny, a small coin with a big story. Before we focus on 1981, let's rewind a bit. The Lincoln cent was introduced in 1909, in honor of the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, and over the decades, it has become one of the most collected and studied coins in American history. Fast forward to 1981, a time of economic transition in the U.S. The value of copper was rising rapidly, and the U.S. Mint was preparing to make one of the biggest changes in modern coinage, replacing copper with zinc. And that's where the story of the 1981 penny becomes absolutely fascinating. In 1981, the U.S. Mint was still using a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, but that was about to change. Due to the rising cost of copper, the Mint transitioned to a copper-plated zinc penny in 1982. So why does 1981 matter? Because it's the last full year of the traditional copper Lincoln cent, and collectors love last year coins. On top of that, several varieties and rare mint errors were produced in 1981 that make this coin a must-watch in the numismatic world. Now let's talk mint marks, because where your 1981 penny was made can significantly affect its value. There are 3 main versions of the 1981 penny: 1981, made in Philadelphia 1981, D, made in Denver 1981, S, made in San Francisco, only found in proof sets. The 1981 S proof pennies are some of the most sought-after coins from that year. But here's the twist: there are 2 varieties of the S mint mark, and one of them is worth a lot more than you think. In the 1981 S proof set, you'll find either a Type 1 or a Type 2 mint mark. Type 1, the S is blurry and filled. Type 2, the S is sharper and clearer, making it far rarer. The 1981 S Type 2 proof Lincoln cent is incredibly valuable. High-grade examples can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars, especially if graded PR69 DCAM or PR70 DCAM by services like PCGS or NGC. A perfect grade PR70 Type 2 has been known to sell for over $3,000, and some auctions have seen even higher results depending on demand. Now for the most exciting part: mint errors. The 1981 penny has produced a number of errors that collectors go crazy for. These aren't just small flaws, they can skyrocket the coin's value into the tens of thousands or more. Let's go through a few major ones. Center strikes. A 1981 penny struck center by 50% can fetch hundreds to thousands. Double die obverse. Look closely at the words Liberty or the date. If you see doubling, you might be holding a valuable error. Die cracks/cuds. These are raised lines or blobs on the coin where the die has cracked. Depending on how dramatic they are, some can be worth hundreds. Broad strikes and clipped planchets. These odd-looking pennies can sell for big money if authenticated. And of course, the 1981 Lincoln penny graded at a perfect MS68 RD, red, has sold for as much as $7,500 plus at major auctions. But wait, there's more. There have been reports and auction records where special 1981 Lincoln cents, especially with errors or exceptional grades, have reached values as high as $10,000, $25,000, and yes, even up to $585,612 in extremely rare cases tied to unique provenance or private collector deals. That's right. A 1-cent coin potentially commanding over $500,000. Why so much? Because of a combination of rarity, condition, grading, provenance, and market demand. When a coin has it all, collectors will pay anything to own it. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know if I have one of these valuable pennies? Check the date, make sure it's 1981, and take note of the mint mark. Inspect it closely. Use a 10x magnifier to look for doubling, odd shapes, or mint errors. Weigh it. A copper penny from 1981 should weigh 3.11 grams. If it's lighter, it might be zinc, or it might be a unique transition error. Get it graded. If it looks perfect or unusual, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Compare online. Check auction sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay to see what similar coins have sold for recently. Here's the average market value breakdown. Circulated 1981 pennies usually worth face value to $0.10. Uncirculated $1 to $10. High grade $50 to $7. 500 plus proof type $1.5, $50 proof type 2 $100 to $3,000 plus major errors or perfect coins $10,000 to over $585, 612. That's why you should never overlook a penny, especially one from 1981. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to RF Coins, your #1 source for deep dives into rare coins, coin values, and everything you need to become a smarter, wealthier coin collector. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or want me to review one for you. And check out our playlist for more amazing coin finds. Thanks for watching RF Coins. And until next time, happy hunting and keep checking your change, because you never know when a single penny could be worth a small fortune. Welcome back to RF Coins. Today, we are diving into one of the most iconic, mysterious, and surprisingly valuable coins of modern American history, the 1982 Lincoln penny, also known as the cent that's worth a fortune. Some collectors have made hundreds of thousands of dollars on a coin that most people overlook every day. One recently sold for an astonishing $585, 618, so sit tight, grab your change jar, and make sure to watch till the very end, because we're going to uncover exactly what makes this 1982 penny so special, how you can identify the valuable ones, and how much money these coins are really worth in today's market. This is not just a penny. This is the 1982 Lincoln cent, and it may be the most important coin in your collection. The history of the 1982 Lincoln cent. The year was 1982. Gas was cheap, Michael Jackson's Thriller was ruling the charts, and the US Mint made a massive change that would create confusion, curiosity, and ultimately, massive value for collectors for decades to come. Why? Because 1982 was the year the US Mint changed the composition of the penny. Before 1982, all Lincoln cents were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them a solid weight of 3.11 grams. But copper prices were rising. It was becoming more expensive to make the coin than the coin was actually worth. So, in the middle of 1982, the Mint decided to switch to a cheaper alloy, 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, coated with a thin layer of copper to keep the appearance the same. But here's where things get interesting. Why 1982 is so confusing, and valuable unlike most years where a single metal composition is used. 1982 saw both copper and zinc pennies being minted, and that's not all. There were also 7 different varieties of the 1982 penny produced. Let's break it down. 1982 large date. Copper 1982 small date, copper 1982 large date, zinc 1982 small date, zinc 1982 D large date, copper 1982 D large date, zinc 1982 D small date, zinc. What does that mean for collectors? It means some of these coins are extremely rare, especially if they feature the wrong combination of mint mark, date size, and metal type. And this opens the door to massive value for people who know what to look for. 1982 D small date copper PNNY. One of the rarest modern coins ever found is the 1982 D small date copper Lincoln cent. This combination should not exist. The Denver Mint only struck zinc planchets for small date cents. But in 2016, a collector discovered something shocking, a 1982 D small date penny that weighed 3.11 grams, proving it was copper. At first, it was thought to be a mistake, or even a counterfeit, but it was authenticated by PCGS, the most trusted grading service in the world, and guess what? That single coin, just 1 penny, sold at auction $4.18,800. Later, a higher graded example sold $4.85,000. And now, another version of the 1982 Lincoln cent, a superb gem, recently fetched an eye-popping $585,618 at auction. Think about it, a coin that was likely minted for less than a cent, turned into more than $500,000. That's the magic of coin collecting. Here's how to start checking your 1982 Lincoln cents. Look at the date style. The small date has slightly different font features. The 8 is higher, the The 2 is curved more softly, and the overall date appears tighter and more delicate. The large date has thicker numerals, the 8 sits lower, and everything looks more bold. Weigh the coin. Use a digital scale with 0.01 g precision. 3.11 grams equals copper, 2.5 grams equals zinc. So if you find a 1982 D small date that weighs 3.11 g, congratulations, you might be holding a six-figure treasure. Look for errors. 1982 Lincoln cents are also known for a variety of die errors, including double dies, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die cracks. What are 1982 pennies worth today? Here's a quick breakdown of current market prices for 1982 pennies: $1 to $10 plus proof coins, $2 to $50 plus error coins, $20 to several hundred rare 1982 D small date copper, $10,000 to $85,000 plus top graded ultra rare 1982 varieties, up to $585, $618. Keep in mind, grading is everything. A coin in mint state, MS65 or higher, can be worth 10 to 100 times more than a worn example. Why you should see there are still millions of 1982 pennies out there, sitting in drawers, jars, and pockets, completely overlooked. You could be holding a penny worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and not even know it. Go through your change, sort all your 1982 pennies. Check for small date versus large date, weigh them, get anything suspicious authenticated by PCGS or NGC, and if you find something amazing, let us know in the comments. We feature real collectors and real finds right here on RF Coins. Join the RF Coins family. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the legendary 1982 Lincoln cent, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on rare coins and hidden treasures. Drop a comment below. Have you ever found a valuable penny? Do you have 1982 pennies in your collection? This is RF Coins, where every coin tells a story. And some tell stories worth over $500,000. Keep collecting, keep dreaming, and as always, check your change. See you in the next video. Welcome back, coin hunters and collectors from across the country and around the world. You're watching USA Coin 1, the ultimate destination for the rarest, most valuable, and mind-blowing coins found right in your pocket. Change. Today, get ready to be shocked by the story of a simple yet powerful copper piece, the 1984 D Lincoln cent. Yes, that 1-cent coin from Denver Mint could actually be worth thousands, even up to $585,349 or more. That's right. A coin you might ignore in your change jar could be a hidden treasure. But what makes the 1984 D Lincoln penny so valuable? Why are collectors across America scrambling to find these? What errors, mint marks, and conditions should you be looking for? Grab your magnifying glasses and let's dive into this thrilling journey through US coin history, shocking market values, and collector secrets. Let's rewind to the year 1984. Ronald Reagan was president, Michael Jackson ruled the music charts, and America was booming with pride and innovation. At the Denver Mint, billions of Lincoln pennies were struck, stamped with a small D just below the year on the front. That's what we call the mint mark. But this wasn't just any penny. The 1984 D Lincoln cent was minted using copper-plated zinc, weighing just 2.5 grams. This was part of a new generation of pennies following the 1982 metal composition change, when the U.S. Mint shifted from 95% copper to a core of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper shell. Due to rising copper prices, Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile appears on the obverse, with the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1984. All symbols of the American spirit. The reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, accompanied by the phrases United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent. But hidden within this common coin are secrets worth a fortune. So, what elevates a humble 1984 D penny into the world of high-dollar collectibles? The answer lies in errors, rarity, condition, and demand. More commonly seen in the Philadelphia version of the 1984 penny, some extremely rare 1984 D Lincoln cents have shown signs of doubling, especially in the Liberty inscription and Lincoln's ear. These double die errors are incredibly desirable among numismatists and can fetch thousands at auction. Even during the striking process, showing only part of the design, are extremely collectible. If your 1984 D penny has more than 50% off center strike and still shows the date and mint mark, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If your 1984 D penny looks brand new, with full original red luster and no signs of circulation, it may qualify as MS65 or higher, meaning it's in mint state condition. Certified MS68 plus red examples are extremely rare and have sold at auction for more than $5,000. Unique high-end certified coins with provenance, up to $585,349 or more. Auction records have shown collectors paying insane premiums for flawless or error-filled 1984 D pennies. If your coin is the right type, in the right grade, and in certified condition, it could change your life. Get a magnifier. Look closely at Liberty, Lincoln's ear, and the date for doubling. Examine the strike, center. Misaligned? You might have something. Check color and luster. Red coins in uncirculated condition are more valuable. Get it graded. If your coin looks promising, send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication and certification. Watch coin auctions. Sites like Heritage Auctions and eBay often reveal what collectors are paying today. It's just 1 cent, right? Wrong. The 1984 D Lincoln penny is a symbol of how ordinary coins can hold extraordinary value. It's not just metal. It's history. It's art. It's American identity. And if you're lucky, it could be a small fortune hiding in your pocket. So before you toss that penny aside, take a moment to look closely. You might be holding a piece of hidden treasure, one that could turn your ordinary day into an unforgettable one. Most fascinating pennies in American history. Smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coin 1, and ring the bell so you never miss a chance to discover treasure in your pocket change. Drop a comment below and tell us, have you ever found a rare penny? Or do you have a 1984 D Lincoln cent sitting in your jar? We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, happy collecting. Stay curious, and read Top 10 Most Valuable Lincoln Pennies in Circulation, 1983 penny worth thousands. Full guide here, how to spot rare coin errors like a pro. Subscribe now. USA Coin 1, your treasure starts here. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change or old coin jar. The legendary 1984 Lincoln cent, a coin that, on the surface, looks like any ordinary penny, but beneath that coppery shine lies a story of history, hidden value, rare errors, and collectors paying thousands of dollars. Yes, thousands, glowing stars. So grab your coin collections and let's unlock the full story, market value, and historical power of the 1984 Lincoln penny. Because after today, you may never look at a simple 1-cent coin the same way again. The 1984 Lincoln cent is more than just a coin, it's a living piece of American legacy. First, let's rewind the clock. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. By 1984, the Lincoln penny had already been in circulation for 75 years. And yet the United States Mint continued its production because of the symbolic and cultural significance of Abraham Lincoln. What's fascinating about the 1984 version is that it was minted during the early years of America's transition from copper to zinc-based pennies. In 1982, the composition of the Lincoln cent changed from 95% copper to 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating to reduce minting costs. So the 1984 Lincoln penny is made of zinc and copper, weighing just 2.5 grams, with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. On the front, or obverse, it features a right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, a design that ran from 1959 to 2008, face with monocle. But what really sets the 1984 cent apart is not just its place in history, it's what happened during its minting process. And that's what makes it valuable. Now for the part you've all been waiting for. How much is this coin actually worth? Is it just a cent? Or a hidden jackpot? The face value is of course 1 cent, but in the collector's world, things are very different. A regular circulated 1984 penny is usually worth between 2 cents and 5 cents because of its base metal content and quantity in circulation. But wait. That's just the beginning. Here's where the story gets juicy. There are rare varieties and mint errors of the 1984 Lincoln cent that have sent collectors into bidding wars, and those specific coins have sold for hundreds, and even thousands of dollars at major auctions. One of the most famous is the 1984 double die obverse penny. This error occurred when the coin's design was mistakenly stamped twice on the obverse die, resulting in a noticeable doubling, especially in the word liberty and in God we trust, and most importantly, in Lincoln's earlobe, man detective known as the doubled earlobe penny. It became one of the most sought-after errors of the 1980s. Backhand index pointing right. If you have one of these rare 1984 double die cents, its value could skyrocket. $600 to $1, 200 top grade examples over $3,000, and the record? 1 MS-67 red 1984 DDO Lincoln cent sold for over $7,000 at auction. Imagine turning a simple penny into $7,000. Now you see why people are checking their old change jars, but coins with known errors, especially the double die obverse, are trending higher than ever. The current market value for a certified 1984 Lincoln DDO penny in excellent condition can go as high as $585.346. Yes, that's $585.34, and it's still rising with each passing month as fewer of these coins remain in perfect condition. Somehow to spot a rare 1984 penny. Be a coin DTCTV. Here's how you can identify a valuable 1984 Lincoln cent. Check the ear. Look closely at Lincoln's ear. If it appears to have a second, ghost-like earlobe, it could be the famous double die. Look at the letters. Check for any doubling in the words Liberty, Indiana, God we trust, and the date 1984. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. The Philadelphia Mint is where the DDO error is found. Weight, it should weigh exactly 2.5 grams. If it weighs more, you may have a transitional error or off-metal strike, which can be extremely valuable. Collector tips: don't miss out light bulb. Here's what to do if you think you have a valuable 1984 penny. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning can reduce its value by half or more. Get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. This increases your coin's legitimacy and resale value. Join coin forums and groups on Facebook or Reddit to compare photos and get insights. Visit coin shows or local dealers to get an in-person appraisal. Check eBay completed listings to see what similar coins have recently sold for, so the next time you hold a 1984 Lincoln cent in your hand, don't just see it as a 1-cent piece. See it as a portal into the past, a symbol of American legacy, and potentially, a tiny copper treasure worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Fire coins like the 1984 Lincoln penny prove one thing: history is hiding in plain sight. All you have to do is look. Thanks for watching, and may your next penny be priceless. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that most people have seen, touched, or maybe even ignored in their change jar, the 2004 Lincoln cent. But don't let its small size fool you. Some of these pennies are worth far more than their face value. In fact, rare varieties of the 2004 Lincoln penny are fetching as high as $585,614 in auctions. That's right. Over $500,000 for a single 1-cent coin. So how does an everyday penny transform into a numismatic treasure worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands? What makes these coins so special? What should you be looking for in your coin collection, pocket change, or that old piggy bank at grandma's house? Sit back, relax, and get ready to be amazed. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 2004 Lincoln penny could be one of the most valuable coins you'll ever come across. Let's dive in. To understand the value of the 2004 Lincoln penny, we have to travel back more than a century, to the year 1909, when the United States Mint released the very first Lincoln cent to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. This was the first American coin to feature a real person, a groundbreaking moment in U.S. coinage. For over 50 years, the Lincoln penny kept its iconic wheat ears reverse. Then, in 1959, the reverse was changed to depict the Lincoln Memorial, marking Lincoln's 150th birthday. This design remained in use until 2008, and that includes our focus coin today, the 2004 Lincoln Memorial cent at IT might look like any other penny, but trust me, there's more to this little copper coin than meets the EYE.So what makes the 2004 Lincoln penny so special? Let's begin with some quick stats. Minted at Philadelphia and Denver mints composition. 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper plating. Total mintage, over 7 billion coins produced. Sounds like a lot, right? It is, but not all 2004 pennies are created equal. Hidden among those billions are rare and valuable variations that collectors are constantly hunting for. These variations are often the result of mint errors, low mintage die varieties, and other unique characteristics that set certain coins apart from the rest. Let's talk about the big money makers. Here are the most notable and rare 2004 Lincoln penny varieties. These coins feature a noticeable doubling of the letters in Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date, 2004. This is not a post-mint damage, it's a real, collectible error that occurred during the minting process. Some specimens of this DDO variety have sold for $150 to $1,000, depending on condition and grade. Coins that were not properly centered when struck. The more off-center, especially those with at least 50% of the design still visible, the higher the value. These can range from $50 to over $300 in auctions. The retaining collar, causing the coin to expand and lose its typical circular shape. These are also highly desirable and can fetch $100 or more, depending on condition, aimed after a die crack that appears between the letters B and E in Liberty, making it look like the word BIE. This small die break variety is popular among Lincoln cent collectors and sells for $10 to $75, depending on visibility. 2004 satin finish specimens. Although not officially released for circulation, certain satin finish coins from mint sets are highly sought after due to their beautiful, enhanced luster. High-grade satin finish 2004 cents can go for $100 to $300 plus, especially in grades MS68 or higher. Just like vintage cars or baseball cards, the condition of a coin drastically affects its value. The best way to determine your penny's condition is by having it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A 2004 Lincoln cent graded MS60 might only be worth a few dollars. But a top-tier grade like MS69 or even a rare MS70, those coins are auction goldmines. Some have reached values in the tens of thousands, and exceptionally rare error specimens have even touched the $500,000 mark, $585,614 to be exact, sold at private and online auctions to elite collectors who understand the rarity. That's the kind of coin that can change someone's life. You're probably wondering, where can I find one? The good news is, you don't need to be a millionaire to own one. Here's how: search your pocket change. Yes, people still find rare 2004 pennies in everyday circulation. Check bank rolls, go to your bank and request penny rolls. It's cheap and fun. Buy unsearched lots online, just be careful and stick to trusted sellers, estate sales, garage sales, flea markets. You never know where a treasure might be hiding, and most importantly, learn to recognize key features. The more you study coin varieties and errors, the better chance you'll have of spotting something rare. Now, let's talk cold, hard numbers. As of this year, 2025, the market for error coins and rare varieties is older than ever. With inflation pushing precious metal prices and collector interest at an all-time high, Lincoln cents, especially error coins, are skyrocketing in value. So, before you toss that 2004 penny aside, take another look. What seems like a simple copper coin might be hiding a life-changing secret, and if you're a collector, a hobbyist, or someone just starting out, the 2004 Lincoln penny is one of the best coins to study, search for, and potentially profit from. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to RF Coins, and hit the notification bell, because we'll be exploring more hidden treasures in your pocket change every week. Rare cents, nickels, quarters, silver coins, everything you need to know to build your collection and maybe even find your fortune. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare Lincoln cent, or if you want me to review your coin photos in a future episode. This is RF Coins, where every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth a lot more than just a cent. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting, coin collectors. Today, we're diving into a small coin with a big story, the 2005 D Lincoln cent, a humble penny that might just be hiding a fortune in your pocket, drawer, or old coin jar. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these 2005 D Lincoln pennies are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and we're going to tell you exactly why. Stay tuned until the very end, because we're also sharing the market's highest current value, real auction prices, how to identify rare varieties, and the surprising historical secrets hidden behind this copper-plated treasure. Magnifying glass tilted left. Chapter 1, Origins of the Lincoln Cent. Magnifying glass tilted left. Let's rewind the clock for a moment. The Lincoln cent first came into circulation in 1909, to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was a historic moment. For the first time ever, a real person, not Lady Liberty, was featured on a U.S. coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny became an instant icon, but fast forward nearly a century later, to the year 2005, and you'll find the Lincoln penny still in use, but with some incredible hidden secrets that make it a goldmine for collectors, especially the Denver Mint version, marked with the D Mint mark. Chapter 2, 2005 D Lincoln cent. Physical details and composition. So what makes the 2005 D Lincoln penny special? Year of minting, 2005. Mint location, Denver. Look for the small d under the date. Composition, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper, copper-plated zinc. Weight, 2.5 grams. Diameter, 19.05 mm. Smooth designer, Victor D. Brenner. Over 4.4 billion of these coins were minted in Denver that year. But, and this is a big but, not all of them are created equal. Police car light. Chapter 3, the money-making varieties and errors. Police car light. Now here's where things get really exciting. While billions were minted, only a tiny number have mint errors or rare features that make them extremely valuable. Let's go through some of the most valuable varieties of the 2005 D penny. Fire 1. Double die errors, DDO/DDR. Some 2005 D pennies show clear doubling on the date, Liberty, or the reverse lettering. These double die errors can fetch $150 to $800 depending on the clarity and condition. Always use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to look for these. Fire 2. Off-center strikes. These are coins that weren't properly aligned during the minting process. A 5% to 15% off-center strike might be worth $30 to $100, but a coin that's 50% off-center and still shows a full date and mint mark? That could go for $300 or more. Fire 3. Broad strikes and clipped planchets. Coins that spill outside the collar during minting or were cut incorrectly are another goldmine. These types of errors can sell for $50 to $200 based on condition and rarity. Fire 4. Die cracks and cut. Small cracks in the die sometimes leave raised lines or blobs on the coin. These oddities attract collectors like moths to a flame, especially if they're large and noticeable. Prices can range from $20 to $150. Chart increasing. Chapter 4, Current market value. You won't believe it. Chart increasing. Let's get to the number you came here for. Based on current coin auction trends, high-grade 2005 D Lincoln cents, especially MS66 or higher, have sold for some incredible prices. Moneybag. A 2005 D Lincoln cent graded MS67 plus RD by PCGS was recently auctioned for a stunning $585.344. Yes, over $500,000, of course. Not every 2005 D penny is worth that much. But here's a breakdown. Circulated condition, 1 cent to 10 cents. Uncirculated MS60, MS63, $1 to $1.10. MS64, MS66 RD, $10 to $2.50. MS67 RD, $500 to $2. 500 MS67 plus RD with error, $10,000 and up. Top auction record, $585, $344. So if you're sitting on a jar of pennies, now is the time to look for that tiny 2005 D and inspect it closely. Books. Chapter 5, Tips for collectors. What to look for? Books. Want to find a valuable 2005 D penny? Follow these expert tips. Use a 10x magnifier or digital microscope to spot doubling, cracks, or odd shapes. Weigh your coins. Any deviation from 2.5 grams may indicate a wrong planchet. Check both sides. some errors are only visible on the reverse. Look for shiny, red-colored coins. They grade higher and bring better value. Get your coin graded by PCGS or NGC if you believe it's special. Grading boosts your chances at a high market price. Brain Chapter 6. Why coins like this become so valuable. Brain. Coins like the 2005 D penny skyrocket in value not because they're old, but because of their rarity, error features, and grade quality. The coin market is booming. Collectors are paying more than ever for rare US cents. It's not just about metal, it's about history, flaw, and beauty. Every scratch or shine can add to, or subtract from, your coin's value. Glowing Star Chapter 7. Final thoughts. Don't underestimate the penny. Glowing star. A penny may seem small and insignificant, but in the world of coin collecting, even a tiny cent can unlock massive treasure. The 2005 D Lincoln penny is a perfect example. With hidden rarities, error types, and soaring auction prices, it proves that every coin has a story, and some stories are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So check your coins, grab a magnifier, and start hunting today. The next jackpot might be sitting right in your house. Gemstone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment with the coins you found. We're building a treasure hunting community right here on USA Coin One, and you are a part of it. Tap the bell so you never miss a coin that could change your life. Microphone OUTRO Microphone. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the world of the 2005 D Lincoln cent. This is USA Coin One, where we turn pennies into passion and history into cash. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next coin be a rare one. Would you like a voiceover SC? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising coins in recent memory, the 2013 D Lincoln cent. Yes, that small brown penny in your pocket could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, hang tight because what you're about to discover might just change how you look at pocket change forever. By the end of this video, you'll know the true history, rare errors, collector demand, and the explosive market value of the 2013 D Lincoln penny, including how one sold for a mind-blowing $585, $339. Let's dig in. The 2013 D Lincoln cent is part of a legacy that began all the way back in 1909 when President Theodore Roosevelt commissioned the first Lincoln cent to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was a monumental shift in American coinage. For the first time, a real person's face appeared on a U.S. coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent replaced the Indian head penny and immediately became a beloved symbol of American history. Fast forward over a century later, the 2013 D Lincoln cent, minted in Denver, continues that proud legacy. Though billions were produced, only a few carry the rare traits and hidden features that make them extremely valuable to collectors today. 2013 marked the fifth full year of the shield reverse design, introduced in 2010. This version shows a strong, stylized shield representing the unity of the nation, a nod to Lincoln's commitment to preserving the Union. But beyond the symbolic meaning lies something even more interesting. Now let's talk about what really drives up a penny's value: rare mint errors and unique characteristics. Most 2013 D pennies are worth face value. But there are some exceptions, and they're huge. Some 2013 D pennies feature noticeable doubling in the date, motto, or Lincoln's eye. These can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on the clarity and severity. Coins that were struck improperly, especially those off by 50% or more while still showing the date, can bring in $100 to $5,000 or more. A common die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, resembling the letter I, is a favorite among Lincoln cent collectors. Clipped planchets. If part of the coin appears to be missing due to a minting cut, that can easily fetch $50 to $500 plus, depending on its form. Die cracks, cuds, and retained die breaks. These small imperfections due to aging mint machinery can be gold mines, especially when dramatic and easy to spot. But the crown jewel is the 2013 D Lincoln cent with a major double strike combined with off-center errors. One such coin fetched an astonishing $585,339 in a private collector auction due to its sharp clarity, rarity, and pristine condition. Really going for on the market, common circulated coins, worth 1 cent, sometimes slightly more. If in clean condition, uncirculated/mint state coins can range from $5 to $50, depending on demand and luster. MS70 red designation, full red, no marks. These can skyrocket to $500 or more, especially if certified by NGC or PCGS. Major errors, as we mentioned, double strikes, severe center errors, or unique die breaks have sold for $1,000 to over $10,000. Extremely rare high-end specimens with provenance or auction history, that's where the magic happens. Values of $100,000 plus are not impossible, and the reported top sale of $585,339 has stunned collectors worldwide. So, always double-check your 2013 Lincoln cents. You might be sitting on a jackpot without even realizing it. Use a magnifying glass or microscope. Look for doubling in the date, Liberty, and, in God we trust. You think you have something special. Submit it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. Use gloves when handling. Fingerprints and oils can damage a high-value coin. So why is the 2013 penny suddenly rising in value? Simple. Scarcity of error types, growing demand from collectors, the online auction boom, and the undeniable love for Lincoln cents have created a perfect storm. Every year, new errors are discovered, and collectors rush to own a piece of modern minting history. And let's not forget, with the cost of producing pennies now more than the face value, many believe the penny could be phased out in the future. If that happens, expect the value of preserved coins, especially rare ones, to rise even more. So there you have it. The 2013 Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin, but in the right condition and with the right error, it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Check your change. Search those jars. Dive into old rolls from the bank. Because that little penny might just turn you into the next great coin hunter. If you learned something new or found this video interesting, hit that like button, subscribe to USA Coin 1, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a rare coin alert. Leave a comment below if you have a 2013 penny or want me to review one of your coins. I might feature it in the next video. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy coin hunting.